Hi everybody and welcome back. Thank you all for holding out, for those who have from my hiatus. Yeah, life's been crazy and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But welcome back to all the returning viewers, and welcome and thank you for stopping by to all my new viewers. This is episode 20 of the KnitKnackChat knitting podcast. I am your host, Zach. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as KnitKnackZach. I'll have that printed and a link to my Ravelry group in the description below the video. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been like 2 months. I didn't record at all in October because October was busy as heck for me. Today is Saturday, November 19th. It's pretty early in the morning. It's almost about 10. It's almost 10, which is nice. I have quite a busy day today. First thing I'm going to go and do today is I'm going to go to a yarn store in Edina, Minnesota and pick up some yarn for my sweater ad event that I'm doing for myself, which we'll talk about later in the video. And then I'm going up to Minneapolis to meet up with the Twin Knitties group. It's a group of knitters in the Twin Cities area of Minnesota, hosted by Kara and Kenzie of the K2 Together podcast. Kara is an independent yarn dyer and Kenzie is an knitfluencer extraordinaire. I love them both. I haven't seen them in like maybe, oh gosh, has it been like 5 months? I think I was late July, early August when I first like actually met up with the group, and I haven't been able to because I've moved and I've been busy on weekends. Yes, I do still have a busy weekend, but I'm able to cut some time and just spend a few hours knitting and chatting with people, which is always fun. Sorry, there was a fuzz in the air. Yeah, so that's happening today, and then I have to drive down to my hometown of Hastings, Minnesota, and perform in a show later tonight. I had the pleasure, I was asked by a director friend of mine who directed me in high school if I would be interested in choreographing for the musical that they're doing this fall at my high school, and I was like, yeah, sure, of course. And then in that process, I kind of put myself in there as an instrumentalist for their pit. So I've been doing, oh goodness. So I had asked the music director, hey, do you need an instrumentalist? I play this instrument that's asked for in the score. Do you want me to play? She was like, yeah, sure, why not? So I'd been doing that for a few weeks, or like a week and a half. We'd been practicing a little bit. And then we opened yesterday, and it was a really awesome open. We had 2 shows yesterday. We had a 10 a.m. for like 600 3rd and 4th graders in the school district, and it was super awesome. It was so fun to actually like perform again in a way and in a new manner. I think a lot of fun. It's been really awesome to get back into music. And I also choreographed some of the show, so it was super fun to do that too and get my creative juices flowing, get myself out there more and challenging myself, because it's not something I've ever really done. So that was super awesome. What else? Anything else? So we're in my apartment, yes. And I think in my last podcast, I had like just gotten my apartment and I was in my like brown chair that I had been in for a while. And then I was like, I really don't love this brown chair. So I got rid of the brown chair, and my dad and I ordered a couch. My dad found a couch on a website that was like really cheap with no shipping. Yeah, I'll just let you process that because that doesn't sound sketchy at all. So we ordered it in September, like early September. I didn't get a notification like about like delivery or anything until like late September. And it was in Turkey, the country of Turkey. And then it took like 2.5 months to get to the United States. And then it got rejected by customs. And now it's going back to Turkey. So I don't have a couch. So we're on my floor. I am sitting on a little little pillow, sitting on a pillow, recording this because I need to record. Like, I feel like I need to record. I have so many things going on, and I feel like once December starts, it'll be very much Vlogmas. And yes, I'm planning on doing Vlogmas again this year. I don't know how eventful it might be. I think I might do a weekly Vlogmas, like record through the week and post on like Saturday nights, or like post Saturday morning, do like Saturday through Friday, post that week Saturday morning. Just because recording every day and uploading it every day is a lot. So, and plus I feel like most of my days will be very similar because I'll be working, and I got a new job too, which is really awesome. I got an additional job, so that's really nice. But it'll keep me busy. But I don't know how many times I'll like go out and do fun Christmassy things. So I don't want to like bore you with like, here's day 13, the same as day 1 through 11 of me going to work. So yeah. So I still have my job at Caribou. I'm still a barista, which is super fun. I recently transitioned. I've been at my new store for about 2 weeks now. And that's super exciting. I'm an opener, which is super fun. I do like opening. It's not as early as my last open shifts were, which is nice, but I still have to get up pretty early. So I'm still a barista at Caribou, and I'm going to be working up to being a shift lead at my new Caribou, which will be very exciting. I'll probably start doing that training end of December into January. And then I also got a job at the Ordway Center of Performing Arts, which is a performing arts venue here in St. Paul. And yeah, it's super exciting. It's, again, another way to like put myself into the theater industry in a different manner, more intensely. Like I had sold tickets before in college, but now I'm doing it more, I guess. So yeah, we have a show where the Ordway Center is producing Beauty and the Beast through all of December. So they open like next week, I think. Yeah, they open next week in 2 weeks. So they open like the 30th of November and go through like the entire month of December. So, yeah, I'll be working all of those shows, most of those shows anyway. I have my weekend booked off, and then I also have a Christmas concert in 2 weeks, which is crazy to think. I'm so excited for that. That'll be super fun. That's a whole other thing. But alas, what else is going on? Work, concerts, birthdays, late December, couch. Yeah, I think that's about it for life updatey stuff. Yeah, I do have notes right down here with things that I need to be talking about. So if I'm glancing down, that's why, because I have notes down on my iPad over here. Okay, so let's get started with what I'm wearing. I have a sweater on today, and I'm wearing a pair of hand knit socks today because it is chilly. So I am wearing the Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie May. This is my first Cozy Classic Raglan that I knit. I've made 3. I've made 2. I've made 2, but I want to make like 2 or 3 more. If not for me, for friends, because I really love this sweater. This is the colorway Kitchen Sink by Mew, dyed by me, but it's like the colorway formula that Muse 2320 uses for her Kitchen Sink colorway. It is her fingering weight base and her Surrey alpaca base. So I think it's Crane Wife is the fingering weight, 100% superwash fingering weight, and then the Surrey is Egret, which is I don't remember what the ratio is. I have a skein right here. 74 Surrey alpaca, 26 silk is that. So yeah, I dyed the skeins myself with her help and her guiding me through it, and it was super fun to do. And then I knit it myself, and I haven't worn this sweater in so long, but I decided to wear it because the socks that I'm wearing also have Kitchen Sink in them. So this is a really bad angle, but the toes and heels are Kitchen Sink. But, okay, I'm going to take the sock off just to show you. So these are the Twisty Bois socks that I made. That I made last year for my Socks and Stocks cow. This is the Twisty Boy pattern by Niklas. It was one of my first like intense cable patterns, and it's a pair of socks. I remember I had knit them once and they like literally didn't fit. So I really wanted to tackle them again to see if I could make them fit, and I did. And yeah, the pattern calls for a short row heel, but I remember when I did the short row heel in the first one, that's really kind of like what didn't work well. So I did a cut-in heel. It was forethought. It wasn't an afterthought heel, but yeah. Yeah, I really love these socks. I haven't worn them in so long. The main color, this brown, is History Professor's Vest by Muse 2320, and the heels and toes are Kitchen Sink. These are on her, I think it's her 80, yeah, this is her 80/20 Mockingbird sock yarn, which is probably my favorite. It's the only like sock yarn she carries anymore. She used to have a 75/25, but she doesn't carry that anymore. Just the 80/20, which is really nice. I do like her 80/20 base. So yeah, so that's what I'm wearing. Yeah, so I'm gonna be wearing this out to my knit event. I think it's really fun just to like wear a knit that you love to a knit event and just talk about it for a little bit with people when you're knitting on something new. So that's always fun. Yeah. On to finished objects. So first finished object I thought I had somewhere, but I can't seem to find it, is my Rafa hat. My Rafa's hat by Joji Locatelli. I knit it as part of, I'm just like looking for it and I don't know where I put it. I mean, whatever. So I knit it as one of my 10 hats for the Joji Fall Cal, which I kind of gave up on. I knit the one hat and I was like, okay, cool. And then I started the second hat. I was doing the Upper East Side. I was going to alternate those two as gift knits, and I just like didn't love the pattern. So I kind of just stopped. And then the shawl I was doing, I put away for too long, where I was just like, and I picked it back up last week. Oh, I picked it up Sunday, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if I really want to knit this shawl right now. So I'll probably be waiting. I'll probably find it different. I literally pulled the cord out at the knit group on Sunday, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. Put that in my bag. So that was exciting. So I unfortunately didn't do my hipster. I might see if I can do the hipster light. Maybe next year. I feel like I might like that more. But I don't know. I don't know what I'll end up doing. I like the shawl, but I don't know how I feel about like most of the construction for it. So we shall see what I end up doing. Yeah. So there's that hat. And then this is a big one. I'm really happy about this one. I am going to do a quick costume change. And I'm back. So this is my second finished object. This is the Enchanted Mesa sweater by Stephen West. I actually haven't like fully worn it. I also haven't blocked it and fully woven in my ends. I cast this on like forever ago. I think I cast it on in like June or something. And yeah, so this is mostly a bunch of Muse scraps. I did a rainbow little dotted ray yoke, and then that, and then I did like a Surrey rainbow fade into like a brioche border. Oh, so look at that. So there's that. And I did like a super long neck, so I could either do this or I could just turtle it. Because I don't have any turtlenecks. This is my only turtleneck that I currently have in my collection, but I definitely want more. But it was sitting on, like, I had finished the body finally, And then I was like waiting. I was like, oh, I don't know how I want to do the sleeves, because I have the one sleeve capped like with white, and then I had the other capped with black. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I was like, you know what? I don't really want to knit sleeves. So I didn't. So I didn't knit sleeves, and I just capped them off. And I can just like put like a long sleeve t-shirt on under this and just like wear it out, because this is super warm. It is so all of this is 2 fingering weights and a Surrey held together. This is 2 fingering weights held together, and this is 2 fingering / a DK, 2 fingering through most of it and a Surrey, and then a DK and a Surrey. And then my border is 2 fingering and a Surrey, or like a mohair. So I alternated between mohair and Surrey in this, because that's like the stash lace weights I had. But yeah, and I really like how I faded my rainbow through this. It was super fun. So I still need to take pictures in this, but I want to block this first. Block it out a little bit. But yeah, so there's this. I really love it. I'm really happy with it. I need to block and take pictures in this. I'll probably try to soak this today before I leave, so that I can just like sit and dry for like ever, because I need to post it for Michael and the Needles at the Ready Stephen West make along that they're doing, because I also probably could just wear this out soon. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll wear it for my birthday. I don't know. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna go back and put my Cozy Classic on, because that's a lot warmer. My arms are already cold. Alrighty, okay. So those are all for my finished objects. So now we're gonna go on to whips, and I have quite a few whips. Some things that you had seen last time and some new things. I don't remember quite what is new and what isn't new. There's a few objects that I still really haven't touched, but they still exist, and they're not going to be frogged anytime soon. Oh, I probably should I'm going to go grab that real quick. Yeah, just to show it, because I haven't touched it at all still. Okay, so the first one, I don't know if this is new at all. I think I showed it last time. But I'm finally like at the point with this one where I'm almost done with it. So this is the head sock pattern by Amanda Steck. It is literally a 2x2 rib. That's pretty much all it is. I am using Wool Addicts Love in the color, oh, there it is. Wool Addicts Love. And the color number 1002 or 5. I don't remember. I don't know which was which. But yeah, so it's virgin wool and nylon. This hat is so soft. This hat is so soft, and I'm so excited for it. So I knit 8.5 inches. And now I just have to do my setup row for my decreases, and then I can just decrease for days. But yeah, this will be done. I think I might give this to my little brother, but I also kind of want it for myself. But I don't know yet. I've become more of a hat wearer, so I also feel like I just want to make more hats for myself. And also, so far, this is my second 25 gram skein. So Love comes in 25 grams, which is like super nice, and it's super affordable. So yeah, there's that. Just have to do the decreases on that, which will go pretty quickly. And what's really awesome, it has a really cool decrease, a crown decrease. So I'm really excited about that. Okay. So I think with this pattern, I still haven't touched it since the last time. So it's just like a show, like it's still here, and this will not be frogged. This I think will be like a forever project for me. Like just like if I'm bored, I'll pick up a corner and start. So this is my JigSaw JigSaw Puzzle Blanket by Stephen West. I haven't touched it at all. I think this is my favorite. This one is my favorite, where I did that fade. I think that's my favorite. Definitely want to do that again. Do another fade one. But yeah. No additional progress on this. I should do that. Do some progress on this soon. Maybe in December if I get bored. If I like finish my Advent early, I'll probably work on that a little bit in December. Or maybe that'll be like my January like plow is that. Okay. Next project. I'll just show the next project that I haven't done any work on. I don't know if you guys remember this, but this is my knitted Pouf that I'm knitting. Knitted Pouf that I'm knitting. Wow. Okay, Zach. Duh. I don't remember who it's by, but I'm like 7/10 away from being done. So, and I think I have all the yarn that I need. I just need to knit it. It's just a fact of like, I need to sit and do short rows for days and just get it done. Because I want to have this for my couch. I want to be able to put my feet up. Or like have something to put my laptop on in front of me. Yeah. So there's that. I haven't touched it, but I need to again. It's probably another like winter knitting project or something that I'll work on. And for this project, I am using KFI Collection Macrame Cotton, which is actually like super nice to knit with. It's kind of annoying because it does tend to like twist on itself and it's not like super high ply, but alas. Oh, also, I have the blanket sitting in a tote that I got at Home Goods when I was in college, and then this is just a bag, a basic bag. Okay, perfect. So those two are done. My next whip is packed very tightly in my You're an MCal Knitter Baby bag from Stephen and Penelope. So obviously it is my MCal shawl. The Twists and Turns MCal, to be more specific, but you probably all already knew that. So I bought the Undercover Otter kit from Stephen and Penelope. I think it's the Evertide fingering. I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember what the kit name was called, but it's that kit. And I obviously I'm not done. Nope. So I am finished one of my seatbelts, and technically as per the pattern, you do one seatbelt and then you'll do the other seatbelt. But a friend who was also knitting it messaged me and was like, have you finished your seatbelt, your first seatbelt yet? I was like, no, not yet, but I'm getting there. He's like, when you do, skip to section 10 and connect it. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's what I've been doing. I need to finish connecting. So much knitting. And then I'm going to go back and do the other side. But I think with the other side, I might try to do the seatbelt, like do a full repeat of the seatbelt and then connect, and then do another repeat and connect, just to make that go by faster, because it's a lot of knitting. This is a lot of knitting, and I honestly just want it done. So yeah. And I also, thinking about it, I don't really love how it's finished, but I don't know how else to finish it. That'll like use my amount of yarn, or like the most amount of yarn that I have. And I don't really want to do the short finish either. Like I want a big, yeah, that's the thing, is I'm still like kind of lost on how I want to finish it. I know I want to put the tassels. I saw somebody put tassels on the end of the little shrimpies. They're shrimpies. Yes, Kristen, sorry. Yes, they are, again, shrimpies. He really said, you won't do shrimpies again, but you will. So that was fun. I laughed when she was like, they're shrimp still. That was funny. But yeah, I really love this yarn. I really love the way it looks, honestly. And I also do think I will be doing the little I-cord detail, but I want to pull like a bright color from my stash. I have like a neon yellow that I think I might want to do and do that in here. Yeah. So I think I might do that. Or I think I might do like Surrey, do a Surrey I-cord. That would be fun too. How is it even, wait. Okay, now I'm confused on how it's even like woven. Is it just like, woo? Okay, I'll have to figure out how he does that then. But oh my gosh, like this detail, like that is so pretty. I really love this cable. And I really love his antler cables. Like, I still makes me want to do his antler sweater. Or, yeah, I think it's the antler sweater that I had the idea of casting on last Christmas. But I still want to make that sweater. That sweater looks really fun to do. So, yeah. And I have a lot of yarn still left. So I'm not worried about running out of yarn. But I just shove it in this bag. Shove it in the small bag. I'm not sure also what projects I'm going to bring to Knit Night. I have some sweaters that I kind of want to bring and a pair of mittens that I want to try to chug along on. So I don't know. So there's my twists and turns. I actually am really liking it. I think it's a really pretty shawl. Again, I do agree with some people though, like if I had seen what the shawl looked like beforehand, I probably wouldn't have knit it. I wouldn't have. I adore Stephen West, but whew, yeah. The fact that he started the shawl with a giant I-cord, I definitely was like, I don't know if I want to knit this now. But oh well, I'm already this far, so there's no point for me not to finish it. Like if I did frog it, I guess I would probably use like my yarn to make a starflake. But I have yarn in my stash so that I can do that. So I'm not super like worried about like, I don't have anything to knit a starflake. It's like, yes, I do. I don't need to buy more yarn to knit a starflake, but I may or may not. So yeah, that's how that's going. And I really love this bag. This bag is super cute. Okay, there's that. Next project. Ooh, oh, I really love this project. So this next project is sitting in my Bearded Pearl bag. I don't remember. I bought this in like the spring 2 years ago, and it was like autumnal or like spring animals or something was the name of the bag or whatever. So in this bag I have the Stripes sweater by Andrea Mowry. Oh my god, I'm in love. This is a Stripes sweater by Andrea Mowry. I am knitting this for my sister-in-law for her birthday. And it also, here's the thing, it'll also fit me. So like if she doesn't love it, I might just steal it from her. But honestly, I think she'll love it. So yeah, I had cast this sweater on once, and I had the light blue. This is Reflecting Pool, and this is Reflecting Pool, this lighter blue. Come on. And then this is Sandbank. And I had like a green tweed that was DK. These are both sport. So these are Malabrigo Arroyo Sport. But I wanted like a third color to go with it. I didn't want to just stripe these two. So I was gonna get like a green to go with these, like a lighter green. So I had I bought a tweed DK from Sarah at Muse 2320 in her Weaverbird base in Matcha Latte. But then I was like, I was like, I really don't love, I think I was more so how I was striping it, which is why I didn't love it. But then I went to the Yarnery in St. Paul where they carry a bunch of Malabrigo, and I found this deep blue color. And so this is my color story now. And I'm fading it dark to light, dark to light. So I have the neck in the darkest color, and then the blue, and then the beige, and then the dark. Yeah. So all of my stripes are about 1 inch. So, and I have to knit like 12 inches of body, which I don't think will be too bad. I may knit like 11 and a half and then do the ribbing. But I also texted my little brother and I was like, hey, find your wife's favorite sweater and one of her tape measures and measure it for me, please. Because I want to make sure I have all like the proportions right. I know I remember I talked to her like kind of about like her favorite sweater fits, and she likes a slightly oversized sweater. So this is slightly oversized. It's not too overly oversized. I may try to like block it a little bit bigger, which will be nice. I don't know why I'm deciding to knit on this right now while I'm talking to you, but I am. But like it's the three colors, and if like each stripe is 1 inch, like I'm about 2 inches from my I'm like almost 2 inches under. So like, yeah, it won't be too bad. And also this is the first time I'm doing it. Just like, I'm just gonna see how this goes. So I like put stitch markers like in the center 2 of my cast on for my underarm, and then 1 at the end. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from stitch marker to stitch marker, including the stitch markers. So I'm going to see how that goes when I pick up, and it honestly might be my new like way of doing things, which will be nice. I will for sure have to go back to the yarnery and get another skein of this. I wasn't sure if I would need 2 skeins of each, but I probably will. That'll probably be the easiest for me. But yeah, my plan is also to do all my hems in the darker color. I don't really want to do have my hems be different colors. I don't really like the idea of that. So yeah, there's that. It's a fun knit. I really love it, and I definitely want to knit it for myself eventually. So yeah, I'll do that eventually. So there's that. Oh, I'll show this one off real quick. So this is in my Bury Me With Yarn and Needles and I Shall Rest in Peace bag that I bought from Fringe Supply Co. before it died. So in this bag, I have a DIY, like, I'm like kind of hat pattern writing, kind of, sort of. So it's just a super easy hat pattern. So I'm holding, this is Muse 2320 Rhino, which is a bulky 100% superwash merino. And I have 2 strands of egret. The bulky is in the colorway Stockholm, and then the egret is the colorway, what colorway is the egret? Cast iron, I think. So they're both like dark blue blacks. So I'm just doing, focus please. There we go. Just doing a basic, I'm gonna knit for like ever. I think I'm gonna knit until I run out of my bulky and then cinch it and just like cinch the top. Because I do know that this is like 2 skeins of bulky. So I think I might go until like hit the end of the first skein and measure it and see how long that is, and just like pull it shut. Because then I can do like a folded brim. I want to like kind of make a simple pattern that can be knit quickly and effectively, or like a recipe that can be a hat recipe that like can be taught to somebody who's never doesn't know how to knit, and like so that they can have like a project done super easy that's also useful. So just like have them knit like a worsted weight hat or like a bulky hat super fast. So that's my idea for that, because there are a few people that want to learn how to knit and want me to teach them, so I might be doing that soon, which is exciting. Okay. Oh, I guess I didn't have this one. Okay. This is kind of a finished object, but then also kind of not, because I still have to like fully finish it. But Sarah at Muse 2320 is working with a like a farm, and she's gotten some fleece from them, and they had some of their fleece spun up, and she's selling some of the spun fiber now, which is awesome. So this is the fiber itself. Here, let me just show you these yarns. These are 100% wool. I don't remember what kind of wool. But the pattern that I'm knitting is the Magic Mushroom. It's a free pattern. So I'm knitting this mushroom out of this yarn. So there's that. So that's what I'm working on. So she wants like me to like just make a few. I don't really love the size of this, so I kind of want to hold these double and knit another one to see how much yarn I can use for that. I mean, it's a fun and easy pattern, so it's not anything like super bad. I also don't love how, like, I think I overstuffed it a little bit, so, oh well. I think I just need to like sew it up a little bit. I need to take the time to like sew it like this, because I think that's a lot cuter. So, but yeah, there's that. This is a simple project. I have it in a bag. I have it in the bag that Kristen of the We Share Needles podcast sent me. So yeah, with the stitch markers that she gave me attached to it, but I haven't actually used, which I need to. So yeah, so there's this pattern. This is again just like a super simple, like, I'll knit it if I like am bored with other projects and I want something kind of interesting. So yeah, there's that. Magic mushrooms. Okay. And the next two patterns I am knitting on are some gifts for two of my previous coworkers, my GM at my old store and one of my shift lead friends at my old store. So first, so when I had left, I made like little like thank you cards for my two like head shift leads and my GM, thanking them so much. I gave one of my shift leads is actually a knitter, so I gave her a gift card to Muse as like a, hey, I know you don't want to spend your own money on some expensive yarn, but here, go buy some. It's on me. And the other two don't really craft much, so I was like, here's this, like, I gave them like an index card and was like, what would you like me to make for you? And I put like a hat, slippers, gloves, or like a scarf, like a simple like cowl. And I was like, so what's your like, what like kind of colors are you thinking that you'd want? Blah blah blah. If they had me knit a pair of slippers, like, what's your shoe size? So my GM really thought it was awesome, and she said she wanted a pair of gloves, and she said anything but black because my family will steal them if it's black. And I was like, thank God. So I got this really bright yellow because I think it matches her personality a lot. It's actually these two colors together. So this is wool, Barocco Wool Ultra Wool DK, and this is Wool Addicts Water. So I have the first glove like kind of done. I still do the thumb. This is the world's simplest mitten by TinCanKnits. But instead of a 1x1 rib, I did a 2x2. I'm knitting the chunky weight version because this this alpaca is like more of a DK than like a lace weight, and it fits super snugly, and I really like snuggly mittens that are really thick. So my second glove is past the cuff. So, and I've knit my like straight rounds. So now I'm just like on my decreases. So that's why I want to bring these and just like do my decreases quick. And then I can just do something else once I finish my decreases or my increases for like my thumb gusset. And I have my little markers, and I have some notes on the page of like how many rows I knit for each section. And I have this in my Fringe Supply Co. Canvas bag. So yeah, it's a super fun knit, super easy, just simple mittens. So yeah. And I really love the drawstring on this bag. I also I'm doing Secret Santa for that same caribou. And I got my Secret Santa person from the person who organized it. And I need to like figure out if I want to make her something or if I want to get her something. I think I might like make her something and then get her a gift card to a brewery that I know she goes to in my hometown. So there's that. Okay, so the next project I have is in my simpler home bag that I bought at the yarn store that used to be in the Cross, that is no longer in the Cross because it got shut down. But I am knitting with 2 strands of Noro Silk Garden Light Solo. Colors 2005 and 2014 are my 2 colors. And I'm holding them double, and I put them in a cake together. And what's crazy is I put them in the cake directly together, and I have like this much of the purple left. So I might use this as like a little palm for my little project, or I might use it to weave my mattress stitch. So this is the simplest house slipper, or the simple house slipper. By Simone Alexandra, oh my goodness, who is she? Taylor, Taylor of Fiber for the People suggested I be knit, so I was like, okay, sure, why not? And I also, when I read the pattern, I didn't read it right, and I cast on 2 little stitches, but I honestly don't think it will be too bad, because person I'm giving this to kind of has small feet, so I think it should be fine. I cast on 8 less stitches, and honestly, I think this weight of yarn is thicker than what is intended. I probably should have gone up to an 8 instead of being knitting on this on a 7 with the weight of this yarn technically held together. But yeah, I'm about 10 rows into my stockinette. I'll put a stitch marker every 10 rows just so I can keep track for my other one. But I also really hope that I have enough yarn to knit both of them. So there's that. I mean, and if I don't have enough yarn, if I like use up all of my yarn for the one, I can always go back and buy 2 more skeins. The yarn wasn't that expensive, so I'm not too upset about it. Plus it's a gift, and if they last, they last. So there's that. Those are all of my whips. And that's crazy. That's crazy to think that those are all of my whips. But I have a lot of acquisitions. Because it's been a very long time. A lot of acquisitions and a lot of like future projects that I want to do. So, yeah. So, first, I'm going to show you a really awesome acquisition that I found. I was doing a thrift store like crawl, vintage thrift store crawl, and I was at one of the stores and I found this sweater and I was like, this looks hand knit. So I looked inside it and there was no tag or anything, and I like turned it inside out and I saw like it was pretty thick yarn. I feel like most commercial sweaters aren't knit at a thick gauge. So this is the sweater I found. So this is an Icelandic yoke sweater. That I found. No short rows at all, just plain, which is how you can tell it's Icelandic. It is not super scratchy, but it's definitely like, this is like a very northern, I am only wearing this with, like, this is what I'm wearing to go out. Like, this is, like, I would only wear this if I wanted to go outside. I did unfortunately find a hole, so I have like some stitch markers holding the yarn together to keep everything together. I did wash and like clean it and like try to glean it, but it didn't really glean that well, and it's been sitting like in my kitchen for a while. But I need to get yarn to patch this. Sarah said she had yarn in her stash and that I shouldn't like get a skein of Let Lope to patch it yet. So I'll bring it down to the shop and have her help me patch it when she's not busy, because she is a very busy bee. But I'm really happy with this find, and I definitely will be wearing this once I get it patched. So you will definitely probably see it again soon. But yeah, so there's that. Another Muse acquisition that I got the Hocus Pocus mini set and kit, and when I like wanted it, I was like, Sarah, can you do the the Black Flame candle in Surrey? She's like, yes. So this is Black Flame candle in Surrey. Use 2320. A really like purpley gray. And then I have the 3 Sanderson sisters in mini skeins. I know this is Sarah. I think this is Winnie. No, this is Winnie. And then this is the other one. I don't remember actually. Don't quote me on any of that. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I have the 3 minis and the Surrey. And I got it way after Halloween, so now I think I'm going to wait till next Halloween to cast these on. Yeah. And I think I might make, like, slipper socks or something. Or maybe, like, a hat. I don't know yet. So, yeah, that's exciting. I bought a kit because I said, ooh, plushie. So this is the Little Bunny Friend kit made out of wool stock fibers. So... yep, I got the kit for the lighter bunny. So I'm super excited to knit this eventually. I don't know when I will, but I have the kit for it, so yay. Okay. And then my last set of acquisitions, I also kind of got on the thrift store crawl. Because I was up in northern Minneapolis and at a thrift store, and then I was like leaving to go to my car, and I was like, wait, that's a yarn store I've seen, but I've never like actually been to. It was Knit and Bolt in northern Minneapolis. And when I was there, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like buy anything, and then I was like, I kind of want to buy something. So I bought 2 different crafts. I bought another punch needle kit. Another cute punch needle kit, and I still haven't used my first one, so I still need to do my first punch needle kit. But I want to try punch needle, because why not? And then I also got an embroidery stitch sampler. Because why not try embroidery? Because I think it'd be super fun to try. Not that I'm saying that I would change to embroidery, because embroidery seems super tedious. But like if I had like a few, there are some like knitting patterns that have like embroidery embellishments on them that I think would be fun to do. So yeah, just try it out, see what happens. Definitely wouldn't be somebody who could do freestyle embroidery or like super intense embroidery, but something super basic. Like duplicate stitch. Duplicate stitch is basically embroidery, and I will be doing that in one of my future projects. So, there's that. Yeah. So that does it with my acquisitions, I think. I'll let you guys know if there's anything else. I will be getting some yarn today from a store in Edina. I'll be heading down to Edina to pick up some yarn for my next sweater for me later today before I head to the knit group. So maybe I'll do a little video insert of the yarn that I got there. Yeah, so there's that. That's exciting. I'm excited for that. But with that, let's talk about some of my future projects and like the future of this channel, because I'm almost approaching 2 years. In January, it'll be 2 years since I started recording. So that's super exciting. So first things first, future projects. So I'm going to Harriet and Alice in Edina, Minnesota later today to pick up some Juniper Moon Patagonia, which is a sport weight organic wool merino. And I will be knitting the Festive Yoke sweater by Skeindeer Knits as like my little advent project. So I'm picking it up in a red and a white, and I'm going to try to knit similar to the sample that Skeindeer made. I'm going to do all over color work, and I'm super excited to try that. Yeah, a little challenge for me to do in December. So that's super exciting. Yeah, so it's be red and white. It's going to be a kind of a traditional-esque Christmas sweater that'll challenge me, which will be super exciting. And then, okay, let me just grab these. Ugh. Come on, thank you. Okay, and then the next project I have in my cow bag, this is my cow bag, moo moo. I have set aside yarn for my, Andrea Mowry just released the bear paw socks, and she's doing her like Thanksgiving challenge knit this year with the sock pattern. So this is leftover sock yarn, Yak Sock by Les Garçons, that I knit my Oxonian test knit in. That actually wasn't released. I didn't realize it actually wasn't released. So it kind of makes me sad that that pattern wasn't released. But I have leftover yarn. I have so much leftover of this yarn that I'm going to be knitting that pair of socks with. I'm going to do the marled version. I'm going to marl these two together, I think, for my first pair, and then I think I might do a solid in this and the other color, if I have time. Well, I'll see how time plays out. Of like, it's also like a DK sock, so it'll go fast, and I'm not worried about it at all. I've been doing a lot of 2x2 rips, so I've gotten my rhythm with that, and I'm very excited. So there's that. And then my next pattern is like an adaptation pattern. So I'm going to be knitting the Flax using all of the numbers and stuff for the Flax sweater by TinCanKnits for my nephew. My parents told us this year that we will not be like exchanging gifts this Christmas. It'll be focused on my nephew, who is 5, which is fine. I mean, I don't need anything from my parents. Like, if they want to like give me gas money, or if they want to like, my parents have helped me so much where I'm not super like butthurt about it. But it kind of sucks that we're not like exchanging like within the family, because last year we did that and it was super fun. I really enjoyed it, but alas, we're just doing stuff for the little one, which is fine. So I'm doing the Flax, and I'm doing it. I texted my mom and I was like, what colors do you think he'd like? He was like, green and blue is his favorite. And I was like, okay, like a darker green? She said yes. So I got this really dark green yesterday when I was at Muse. It's Barocco vintage worsted. Oh, is this worsted? Or well, I mean, it should be fine. And then I also have so much Barocco vintage DK and vintage worsted in my stash that I just need to like use it up. I just need to use it up. But I didn't have this dark green, so I bought it. It's a baby sweater, whatever. But I'll be modifying it enough so that I can add his initial on it. So his name starts with a J. So, boop, just flash that real quick. So I'll be doing that. This is the knitting, Harry Potter Knitting Magic book. My tan is gray. Yeah, super fun. I've always wanted to knit that pattern. I kind of actually, like, looking at it, I'm like, ooh, do I want to knit this pattern? Because it's, like, seamed. But I kind of do want to knit, like, a seamed version of it. Because, like, the classic, like, look at my sweater with my initial on it. Like, that's kind of quirky. But I'm really excited. I have this in my cornflower bag that I got from Nomadic Yarns. I got this from Nomadic Yarns a while ago. So, yeah. I'm excited to do that. It'll be an easy project. It's a baby sweater. He's 5. Whatever. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah. So that's about it. I did, however, want to talk a little bit about, like, some, like, TV and stuff that I've been watching recently. Oh my gosh. I need to, like, give so many thanks to people, just for, like, being awesome. Maddie and Kristen over at We Show Needles, you guys are so funny. I love you guys. You guys talk about me way too much. I feel like you talk about me way too much. Not as a bad thing, but I, like, every episode that I've watched recently, they've been, like, talking about me, and I'm like, stop. You guys are so cute. And then also Michael from Piece for Peace. Really awesome. I really love watching all the people that I watch on YouTube regularly. And it's crazy. I don't know what I can say. I mean, I'm pretty close. I think I'm over 500. Like, I'd really love to get 1,000 subscribers next year. I think that's my big goal, is 1,000 subscribers. But yeah, so there's that. I don't know. I'm also, with all of, like, my, future projects. So with the Festive Yoke sweater and with the Flax, those are technically LYS bought. So I bought both the vintage stuff from my LYS Muse, and then I'm going to Harry and Alice, another LYS, and getting yarn for my Yoke sweater that technically it classifies as part of the LYS knit along that We Share Needles is doing. So yeah, I'll be putting those in for sure. Definitely, the stripes sweater is also part of that as well. Most of my yarn is pretty much from LYS. I don't really shop big box store. I have some big box store yarn, but I kind of want to, maybe I should knit with that as, like, gift knit stuff. So we'll see. So yeah, that will do it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment what you thought, comment what your plans are for the holidays. Are you knitting? Again, I will be doing Vlogmas again, but I'll probably just be doing, like, weekly stuff. So be prepared for that, probably Saturday mornings. Yeah, I think I'll probably try to plan for every Saturday morning starting the second week. Probably the second week, because I'll have a concert that first weekend. I'll probably do, like, a big, like, concert setup. No, I'll probably skip the first 4 days and start recording on the 5th, just because that concert is, I'm gonna have to focus on other things. So that's my plan for Christmas. Please let me know what you guys are doing. It'll be super fun to chat. What are you guys working on? Share the projects you're working on. Share yarn that you're using. If you've found a new dyer, a new pattern designer, yeah, keep me updated. I'd love to hear what's happening. It's been too long, and I want to rebuild. I want to reconnect. I want to build a community that's consistent. So hopefully in the new year, I can be more consistent about recording maybe every 2 weeks. That would be really awesome. Hopefully I'll have a couch by then too. I also do have a Ko-Fi account that is linked below. For those of you who have donated, Thank you so much. And it means a lot. I literally forget that some people have like monthly like renewals of just a small amount, and it's just like that small amount that I'm like, oh, stop. It's just that funny. I'm like, stop, you don't need to do that. But like I also put it out there. So like I really appreciate it. It means a lot that you are helping me out a little bit. It's not building anything too bad, but it's like investing. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm investing in the community, and I really appreciate that you guys are investing back in me. So yeah, thank you all so much. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell to get a notification for when I decide to upload next. So yeah, it has been awesome chatting with you, and we shall see you soon. Bye.